Some of the most daring, thrilling, breathtaking photos of the last 4 decades have come from the camera of Peter Guttman, whose images have transported people to all 7 continents and 250 countries. He's braved molten lava, chased violent tornadoes, hung off cranes over Antarctica's icy seas, climbed above presidential noses, and waded deep into cranberry bogs to get his shots.
Long before selfie sticks and drones, I was always fascinated by the unique angles and perspectives that at that point had not been well documented. And so I would use my tripod with its legs fully extended, almost like a fishing rod, and lean way off outside of windows, off of moving trains. I would attach my camera to the wings of float planes in the Allagash in Maine, or to the masts of land yachts in the Mojave Desert. I was always interested in trying to capture a feeling that you wonder how in the world that image was taken.
As a child, Peter didn't plan to be a photographer. About the time his dad got multiple sclerosis, Peter decided to be a doctor, and in 7th grade was such a prodigy that he even worked on artificial heart research at the Cleveland Clinic. But then he decided to explore the world and bring his dad pictures. In one, Peter shot the last solar eclipse of the 20th century at a wintry farm with a snowman he'd built himself.
Well, that photograph is what landed me my very first meeting with National Geographic.
His photos are on the covers of Fodor's travel guides and in lots of magazines and newspapers. He created the iPad's first #1 best-selling travel app called Beautiful Planet HD, which was on the iPad when it was released in 2010. Peter's first book was called Nights to Imagine, Magical Places to Stay in America, showing exotic locales where he and his wife, Lori Green, have spent the night.
For our anniversaries with my wife, Lori, we would stay in really wacky lodgings of all sorts, whether it be giant shoes or big dogs or fire lookout towers or caves, cabooses, underwater hotels that you had to scuba dive to get to your bedroom.
When I first met Peter, I just knew he was a genius. And I knew that my life was going to be a very different life than what most people live. I knew we were going to be traveling around the world. I love to travel.
Lori is a reporter, professor, and TV producer, and she has often been Peter's muse. Their apartment in Manhattan is the site of the best slideshow ever, an annual event they have to run several nights to get everyone in. Here I am at the show with my daughter. People love the stories Peter tells with the photos.
Here we head over to South Georgia Island to see the king penguin, but actually I saw more penguins than that.
People also love the artifacts from their travels.
If you look at the top of the room, you'll see caps and hats from places like Uzbekistan and Tibet and Peru. And here there's a maritime collection with models of vessels from places like Newfoundland and the South Pacific. And if you pull on certain strings, a high-wire bicycling bear from Vermont will come pedaling across the ceiling, surveying the 2,400 objects in the room.
From an early age, Peter and Lori's son, Chase, learned to travel and to use a camera.
My dad has the coolest job in the world. That's him in the middle. He puts Indiana Jones to shame.
Were you very vigilant about safety when you took him?
Yes, we were vigilant, but we did adventures with him. He grew up in a very adventurous lifestyle and in a very adventurous home.
I'm not afraid of speed, I'm not afraid of height, I'm not afraid of eating disgusting stuff.
And now Chase has become an award-winning photographer himself.
He actually has won an Emmy for aerial videography. He's been summoned all around the world right now, either to teach photography or to provide drone content, and his talents are just off the charts.
One of Peter's proud moments was taking his camera higher than anyone on the globe, above the North Pole, by climbing his ship's radar mast.
And was able to witness celebrants dancing around all 24 time zones of the world as they skipped over the international date line into tomorrow and back into today.
Though Peter often ventures far from home, he went with us to New York's Riverside Park so we could watch him at work.
I find these rocks really interesting. The Manhattan schist, which enabled the building of skyscrapers on this island. And you can see still the glaciated grooves that have been carved by glaciers hundreds of thousands of years ago.
So you've seen this visually. What do you do with the camera to make sure you get it?
Well, I'm using my wide-angle lens in this instance to accentuate the lines of striation in the rock. And I'm using the meadow in the background as like a counterpoint.
Peter has taken awesome pictures of animals like stampeding horses, pink dolphins, mountain gorillas, proboscis monkeys, grizzly bears, sharks, baby penguins, and many other creatures. He's gone deep into jungles to take pictures of indigenous people and their traditions. His most recent award-winning book is American Character: Surprising Portraits of an Unseen Nation.
Storytelling plays a very important role in sort of what motivates me, and to be able to kind of spark in people's eyes a sense of wonder and astonishment, that's very, very gratifying.
I'm Donna Hanover for Arts in the City.